So what do you do when your roof doesn't open?
Now there's lots of reasons why a roof can fail, mechanical or electrical. If your roof doesn't open in your convertible, it's kind of a big problem. Or so you might think. Actually, I had an issue a few weeks ago where as the roof was passing the parcel shelf, the roof will hit the parcel shelf, push the shelf down, and I couldn't open it. Now ideally when this is passing over this, there should be a 30mm gap between the two. But this parcel shelf was slightly reclined, caused by a twist in my brackets, just here. What I'll do is I'll take you through the process of stripping out the parcel shelf and correcting the brackets. So the first thing you need to do, if you have this fault, is to get your roof into something like this position. Now, once it's idling in something like this, the first thing you want to do if you've got this problem is get your roof into something like this position. Now this is a disclaimer, if you hurt yourself, if this roof closes on you, it's not my fault, you've got to be careful. Because when the roof is not fully open or fully closed and it's idling in a halfway position, it'll stay there for a few minutes before you get a little beep from the car which says, I'm going to close this soon, so get out of the way. You can reset that beep just by tapping the button and allowing it to open or close a couple of mil one way or the other, and that'll reset the counter. So the first thing we're going to do is take this parcel shelf off. So I'll get the camera a bit closer and I'll show you how that's done.
So what you're looking at here is directly behind the parcel shelf on the passenger side. Now what we're going to have to do is unhook this steel on this section here. Now this attaches to this panel, comes down and hooks onto the steel mechanism, and there's my beep telling me it's going to close. That's how that's done. So as you can see, I unhooked this guy from the assembly. And the next thing we're going to want to do is tackle these 3 bolts. This comes loose once those bolts are off, and there's a spacer here which will also come loose. But once we've got those 3 unhooked from this side and that side, we'll then be able to pull this out. But not completely out, because we have this, which is still attached to this headrest. I didn't bother taking that out. Instead, what I did is I just pulled this out and balanced it here. So that came here, and that gave me access to these brackets. This bracket here is the problem. Now chances are you may have 1 twisted, you may have 2 twisted or bent. Now there's no real graceful way that you can correct this. It's just brute force and tools. Now the bolts you want to take out, 1, 2, 3. You need an 8mm socket for that. I know my tools are basically children's tools, but please don't laugh. So the problem here lies this bracket here, which over time gets bent, and it's incredibly thick steel, and the only way I could bend that back was with brute force and pliers, just gripping it with one hand and a set of pliers, a second set of pliers in your other hand on this side, and just using pure pressure to flex this out so it appears, so you can get it as straight as you possibly can. It's exhausting, so yeah, take your time, don't get too annoyed with it. If you have the roof all the way down, you'll see the brackets. This will be removed. Place a cloth over here to protect the roof from any tool marks. So yeah, get it fixed. It's actually a time-consuming fix. Take about an hour and a half. But don't drain your battery, don't get hurt, and get that roof working again.